Karibuni. Where's our last born anilete ile stand ya simu, but sasa Umoshi ndio amechomoka na sio Umoshi akona kaki zangu. Oi, network imefanya ile kitu. What's the issue? You've not clipped it directly? Today of all the days. Now I've also not done my paper full. Nimefanya half, system ika crash. Tumejaribu kungoja. Yeah, doing my exam. Fanya half kufika katikati.
What were you using? What's the new platform inaitwaje? Something ile ya kufanya exams.
Yes. Oh yes.
Oh yes. I feel like inajua mpaka uki when you're looking away.
Yeah. But mi speed test yangu inaniambia tu iko sawa. It's fine now. Mwana wefwe uko Valamu. Henry Omondi, how you doing? Millie Ngairia, how you doing? Watching from Kajiado. Alara, how you doing? Luku imeweza Obinna ai. Nagwanga mimi nigemuka vizuri. Asante sana Rahab Akumu. Thank you. Claire Ajuma. Okay. Hata mimi nakutaka pia. Yeah, tuendelee kutakana tu. Mambo ni mingi. Obinna sasa, juu unafanya mtihani hatutapumua. No, actually, I was talking to Kimani. He was asking me about it. It has nothing to do with you guys. Yeah. But I'm still doing it though. So, yeah. So many. Siku moja nakuja kukua governor akwambie, umeenda nini yako ni ya India. Yeah, unaona nani amevaa hapa kama Taliban. Kevo. Bring Mukuru Gen Z. Okay. I got you, Kolo 254. I got you. Yaman Jordan tuko ndani. Faith James, karibu. Welcome. Iko sawa Chantel, yes, now the net is good. Hi Obinna, what's up Angeline Munini, how you doing? From Thika Locked, G Creatives, how you guys doing? Nimewacheki hapo, Thika Road locked in. I think we have a decent number. Let us begin the show. Roll it. Welcome to Obinna Show Live. Happy new week. We hope that your weekend has been interesting, has been fruitful, has been relaxing. Provided it was rewarding in either way, we are glad. If it has not, don't worry. The good news is we have another weekend coming up. Actually, December weekend, but tutuko weekend. Myself, I had a very interesting weekend. I was, I think, in like 5 different counties in this one weekend. And we had a good time. We had a good time with my people. I was going around with Ketia Supermarket to all their branches on that side. I was in Eldoret. I did 2 branches. Kitale, 2 branches. Bungoma, we did 3 branches. Then we went to Kakamega, 2 branches. Then Kisumu, 2 branches as well. So it was a weekend that was quite fruitful and also rewarding. I got to meet my fans. We had a good time. Tukakula my pasua, nikamit Zalazi ya mwitu. Anaitwa Ineas. Ainea, yes, anaitwa Ainea. Yeah, it was a good weekend. So I hope that you had one too. If you haven't, don't worry. December bado ni refu. Hii ni ile weekend unatokanga nje kutupa takataka, unajipata Nakuru. Ama unajipata Mombasa. Alrighty, but this is Obinna Show Live. We promise that we're going to be with you guys throughout so that we keep bringing you the good vibes. Edutainment that is best to educate you and we entertain you. On this platform is positivity only. Motivational conversations, inspirational conversations. However, occasionally we get to bring you intriguing conversations. And normally we come live to you from Samaki on Othaya Road. This is normally the best joint to come and sample seafood. This December, now this is the time for you to come to Samaki, uweze kujaribu seafood. Unasikianga tu seafood, Obinna naimanga tu seafood. Kuja hapo wekea vitu kwa sahani mpaka ushtuke. Lakini ukionja hivi, very nice. Very lovely. All right. Na pia clearly mumeona leo watu wa HLM waliamua wakasema bwana tumeona umerudia nguo sana. umebalance wakanipatia ingine. Yeah, this is from HLM. Suti ingine yenye imepana ndege. Wako hapa Shujamo, iko hapa Kilimani ground floor. Kuna tu shop ya masimu hapo tu nyuma ni HLM. So this December, if you want to go for that Rorasho, that wedding, that high-end event, you have to dress the part. Talk to HLM. So this episode is going to be a little bit different. Why? Because, yes, it's going to be very inspirational and very motivational for anybody who's going through something. But basically, this is a catch-up with my long-time friend, Kimani Mbugua.
Yo!
What's up, bro?
I'm good, man.
Nimekucheki.
Good to see you.
Hey,
Good to see you. Hiyo suti.
Hii suti mbaya?
Nimekubali. Femi
Asante.
nimekubali.
Asante sana.
Femi sinaona kichambia.
Mimi naona umeinvest. Sasa unakaa bosi kama bosi.
Najaribu.
Uko sawa? How are you?
I'm doing good.
I haven't seen you in how long?
More than 6 months.
More than 6 months.
Yeah, the last time I saw you was 7 months ago.
Do you remember where you saw me last?
Yeah.
Where?
We were last together at Mathari. I think it was on May 16th. Yes, it was on May 16th.
Uko mpaka na tarehe kwa
Yes.
kichwa.
I have a photographic memory.
How do you remember it was May 16th? Kwani wewe ni Miguna?
This is something that people don't know about me.
Okay.
I'm a writer. Like my family knows this. That every time that I have free time, I'm always writing.
Okay.
So I'm always journaling. And one of the things that you do with journaling is that you take dates. It's like dating your journals is very important.
Okay.
Because when you write, when you have a mental illness, one of the most important things is to remember events and dates, so that you can be able to make sense of what happened between that date and this date. So I can tell you it was May 16th because it was important for me for that day because there's a storyline that's playing in my head, and there's what is happening in reality, and I need to harmonize those two. So it's a constant battle. So that's why I remember things with such clarity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want your brains, bro. Please, God.
Why do you always do that, man? You're sharp yourself, man.
No, I didn't say I wasn't sharp. I'm just saying hapo kwa memory kidogo. Wewe umekatia dem mara mbili. Anakwambia Obinna.
You do?
Yeah. You're like, what's up, shorty? What's good? Forget the tap in the building. Can I have your number? I'm like, hey, Obinna. Si nilikupea namba jana. Unakatia baby mama tena. Yo, I got your baby, bro.
Yeah. I get that. But my version is when I'm in a relationship, I tell the same story many times. Sometimes without knowing. And then my partner is like, I think you already told me. And then because I'm a good storyteller, sometimes I like setting up the whole thing. They're like, I know you told me this before, but just go on again.
So you see myself, I remember occasions and feelings. I'm not good with dates and time. I can tell you, nilikuwa na Kimani last week na nilikuwa na jana. Wallahi lie. I tell Omosh, hey, tulikuwa na nani? When was it? Like, I'll not remember when or what date, but I'll remember exactly what happened, how it happened.
The feeling, the connection.
Connection and places. Me, I go to a place once. I'll take you all the way back, even if I'm walking or driving or what. I'll tell you, pick a left, pick a right, pick a da-da-da-da-da. So me, that's mine. But now I want yours too.
Yeah, I think mine comes with, it's everything has to give, you know. You also don't want to have my kind of manic episodes, you know. That's the price you have to pay.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna stay right here.
Yeah, you see, exactly. When you're told that comes with bipolar manic episodes and all of those things, you're like, I'd rather have mine. Sometimes I was telling somebody yesterday. I think it was I was talking to my sister and Mama Amina. From Mombasa, the proprietor of Mombasa Women, the facility that I was in. We were talking, I was telling them, you know, if I was to ask God, you know, can you exchange this head with somebody else? I'd take it. It's constant torture to have the kind of illness that I have. But the good thing is you get to be self-aware. You're so deeply self-aware. It pulls you into the world of self-awareness, such that you're always in tune with what's happening around you. You know, like you notice the little things. I think that's a good thing about it. You notice the little things, and you're able to fix the little things in life. And over time, you realize that those little things are the ones that make the most important things. Yeah, in the grand scheme of things,
Preach, brother. Let him cook. Brother's cooking. I don't need to. Karibu sana, wacha mama county ya kukaribisha hapa Obinna Show live. Sasa anaitwa Baba County.
Oh, Baba County.
Sasa ni BK. Nimeona amejeka logo anaitwa BK.
Baba County.
How are you?
Oh, umepata hapo ndiko kastand kasimu.
Kastand kasimu, so fancy maneno.
You're also live on TikTok.
No, we're just live on YouTube.
That's not a tap.
Oh, on YouTube also, okay.
Subsidizers.
What?
It helps to subsidize the phone.
Oh.
You are an English person, you know this.
Oh.
How are you?
I'm good, Baba County.
You healthy?
Yes, I'm healthy.
Wow.
I thank God.
Wana bishara na watu sasa. Sasa unajua saa hii inakuja na pesa.
Ni pesa.
Kitambi na pesa ni hivi.
Pesa si tunatafuta.
Sasa ukiona utaitwa mheshimiwa. Unapita mahali mtoto akwambie, ona ule baba.
Ani mam, yo.
Baba amepita hapa. So,
si kijana, unajua si kijana, mimi si kijana tena baba.
This is a bouncing castle. It helps moderate something. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm happy to see you again.
Thank you.
Hey, so uko poa baba?
Asante.
Uko fiti?
Asante. Nashukuru Mungu.
You are good.
Nashukuru Mungu.
Uko mnakula nini?
Nakwambia Mama Amina ametupikia biriani. Pilau.
Yes.
Mahamri asubuhi. Chai, unajua kuna chai ya Mombasa ambayo yakaangwa chai si haipikwi. Yakaangwa. Chai imewekwa viungo. Pale kwa center tulikuwa na our lady alikuwa anaitwa Phoebe alikuwa atutengenezea chai.
Kwa
chai
anaikaanga.
imekokota, anaikaanga.
Natilia iliki.
Iliki.
Alikuwa anaitwa Phoebe Bisururu.
Phoebe Bisururu.
Phoebe Bisururu. Alikuwa
Anafanya mambo pale, ana make sure nimekula asubuhi nikiamka mahamri.
Wewe ama nyinyi?
Unajua mimi nilikuwa VIP ward. Kuna VIP ward.
Kuna wewe.
Sasa nitafuata na viporo.
Pale kuna VIP ward. Na make sure asubuhi mmeletewa mahamri na chai na mnakunywa uji, tena ni uji ambayo imepikwa kikosto, yani unajua watu wa kosto unajua uji power.
Uji ni stigma.
Ni electrifying. Hiyo story tuko na drink hapa.
Yes.
Inaitwa frutika, sema frutika.
Frutika.
Tuko na flavor ya mango. Hii ni ya mango.
Yes.
Unaona venye na slap. Hebu unaweza
sumulize ni gani anataka.
Unataka gani?
Mimi nataka apple.
Kuna apple.
Nipatie apple.
Apple. Lakini sio ulikuwa unataka mango.
Nataka apple.
Utaki mango?
Nataka apple. Apple is my favorite. Obinna, si Mungu amekubariki jamani.
Asante.
I'm happy for you.
I'm
really happy for you. Tukiendelea
I'm also very happy for me.
That's very good.
Yeah, I'm very happy for me. God has been.
Let's cheers to
gracious.
that, man. Let's cheers.
Inaitwa mixed.
There
Cheers,
you go.
guys.
Cheers.
Wewe rudisha hiyo kitu kwa fridge.
Hii inaitwa mixed.
No, Baba County, you don't have your budget on this.
Nilikuwa hii sasa inapigwa flash.
Na memaliza?
Inaitwa fruit.
Yani this guy was waiting for this moment akuja apige.
Na bado tunangoja lunch. Please enjoy.
Thank you. Asante sana.
Ukitaka mix pia nakupea.
Asante sana.
Sawa, please enjoy.
All right.
Yes. Welcome.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'm so happy to see you.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't know you were around. I think you got in touch with Omosh yesterday. I mean, it's today.
It's this morning actually.
Nimekuambia network yangu.
Yeah, I see now.
So me man, I'm like, Omosh ananiambia mliongea jana. Kumbe ni leo.
Yeah, I called him yesterday. I think he was busy yesterday.
Okay.
So I called him again today morning.
He was graduating yesterday.
He was graduating?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations to
Brother,
him.
jana amepata vile gown.
Oh man, that is something that I really, really wanted to do, but I have never gotten the chance.
You still can't.
I seriously want to go back to school. I want to finish my degree.
Yeah.
I hope Moi University, you're going to remember me. My registration number is BCJ3814. Please, if you're watching this.
Mimi niko shule sahi na hata registration number yangu sijui.
And
lazima niangalie nimeandika okay. Bro, is that bad, man?
It's not bad.
Is that bad? Is that
it's
because
okay.
I'm doing ni kitu nafanya hapa. But anywho, so Omosh told me you got in touch with him today.
Yes.
And then I was like, yo, where is he? He's like, I'm like, tell him to pull up to Samaki. I didn't know.
Yeah, I knew this was one of the things that I had to come and do.
Yeah.
Because you are the first person that told my story.
Yeah.
I remember, and this is more than a year ago. You know, time flies, man.
Time flies, my guy.
This is more than a year ago. This is October, not September of 2023. Now we're in December of 2024.
But it's fine.
I saw it was September of 2023. Now we're in December of 2024. It's 1 year and 3 months. 1 year and 3 months since we did the last episode here on Obinna Show Live.
Yeah.
Since we did the live episode.
Hey, time flies.
Time flies, man. Time does fly.
Yeah.
So I came out yesterday.
When did you come back?
I landed in Nairobi this morning. No, not landed.
Yeah.
I arrived.
Big boy.
I arrived in Nairobi this morning.
Landed.
Yeah,
Girls.
Yeah, but
He just landed, you know what I'm saying? Like, no biggie.
No biggie, but we arrived this morning with my sister.
Okay.
She came for me over the weekend.
Okay.
Of course, the person that I think for me has really, really, really touched me is Mike Sonko. Mike Sonko, out of his busy schedule, he came yesterday to the facility He made sure that I was okay. Congestina is also there. I was there with Congestina for the whole time.
Hakuwa na kutrain?
Yeah, she's doing good. She's doing good. I mean, you know, when you're healing, you might be a bit under the weather, but she's okay. She's okay. She's coming out next week.
Okay.
Unisomolo came out about a month ago.
Yeah.
And Nasibo Kabale is also coming out in January. So we were 3 journalists and 1 former international boxer. So we formed a good bond in there, and Mike Sonko was the gel between all of us, because he really encouraged us. He came to see me about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
His daughter also was there with us. She had come briefly for a checkup and all. You know, with mental health, you have to keep up with your doctor's appointments and all.
Yes.
So he came in yesterday. Mama Mina was, she made sure that I was okay, and she made sure that by the time I got the final discharge, that I was really, really, really okay. And I've spent 6 months with Mama Mina Abdallah. She's the kindest woman I've ever met. She's motherly. She's new family that I found. She made sure that everything was okay. I lacked for nothing in that institution. And I was always busy with my writings and doing my writings, and everything was taken care of. And all of this because of Mike Sonko, and I'm really happy. And that happened right here on this show.
Yeah.
So, man, I am really, really, really grateful to you.
No problem.
6 months of healing, 6 months of deep introspection, 6 months of journaling. I've filled up 6 journals. 6 journals just with my mind, sitting down and wondering, where did I go wrong? With my 15th time to break down, where did I go wrong? Like, why do I keep going back to this rat that I kind of like how I mapping out how do I go back to that position where I was okay one moment, and then I find myself not being okay. I find myself becoming dysfunctional, and my family is devastated. Of course, it has devastated my family. It has made me lose a lot of friends, because a lot of friends feel like I was doing it by, out of spite. But what I've come to understand, and what the doctors made me understand there, is that it's an illness. And
like any other.
Addiction is an illness. Substance use disorder is an illness. Bipolar mood disorder is an illness. And I have those 2. I have bipolar mood disorder and substance use disorder. And those 2 are illnesses that you have to struggle with your deepest and darkest desires to be able to come out of that space where the lure of smoke, the lure of, you want to do some more lines, you want to feel ecstatic, you want to go into this world of, ecstasy, how to come out of that world and come back to the sober life. It's really, really difficult. And it has taken me all of that time journaling to understand that journey. And now I have a very deep understanding of it. I have developed myself philosophically. I feel I have developed a personal philosophy for myself that I live by now. And I feel with every time that I failed, for 15 times, 15 relapses, with every time that I found myself using again, every time that I found myself in the trap house again, sometimes I would be too ashamed to go and ask for the drug, so I would just send somebody and be like, you just go get me this, get me that. And I would just be ashamed, and I would just isolate myself in my house and just want to get high and just be by myself. And it was in those moments that, now looking back, I can see, and I can look back and I can say, something was not right. But having fallen 15 times, I identified the pattern and I realized that to get yourself out of an addiction, you have to find a replacement for it. And I thank God because part of my anger was directed towards God. Because for the longest time, I was an atheist. My family was devastated that I was an atheist. I didn't believe in God. I was like, I'm a naturalist. I don't think God exists. But over the last 6 months, God has revealed himself to me in a really clear and deep way. You know, I have been able to sit with my own thoughts, with God by my side, and I would ask him, why would you give me such powerful gifts? Why would you give me something so good and then juxtapose it with something so bad? You know, like, why would you give me, it's like, why would I be so talented in something and then on the other hand, I have an illness that causes me to be dysfunctional and look, you know, embarrass myself, embarrass other people, you know, put other people in awkward situations. And I just had to sit down with him. You know, I asked him, you know, I want to see you for who you are. You know, don't give me simple answers. Give me deep answers about why I am suffering, why this suffering is happening to me, and why me. And one of the episodes that I loved about my journey with God was I was reading the book of Job. The book of Job is my favorite book in the Bible. It's the book of Job 38. That it's my favorite book in the Bible. You said your memory lapse comes with time, like you can't remember time. For me, I don't remember specifics. I remember
The
kind
context.
of context. I remember context, not specifics.
Okay.
So for me, it's I don't even memorize verses. And I met Saumu. Saumu Mbuvi came and we sat down and she gave me Bible verses, and it really touched my heart of, you know, of her deep knowledge of the Bible, and she really challenged me, you know, about my journey with God. So back to the book of Job 38, it's a very long chapter and it's the longest direct speech by God in the Bible. It's after Job has suffered all that he has suffered from, and you know the Job suffering and all the boils and everything, and his friends coming to him and all. So in Job 38, God appears to him. And the funny thing is that the moment God appears to Job, he does not come with an apology. He does not come with, I'm sorry for what happened to you. He goes straight into lecturing Job about, oh, so you think you had it rough? Oh, are you the one who told the world or the sea, you shall come here and no further? Did you create the cornerstones of the earth? He goes on and on and on about the majesty of his creation. And for me, that text really spoke to me because I saw the suffering between Job and God coming together. You know, for me, it spoke to me at a higher philosophical level. Like, you know, the work of creation is not something simple. It's something that causes existential angst. And that is what I really had. And I asked God, really, because one of my psychologists told me, you'll have to find a replacement for drugs, for narcotics. For me specifically, I'm prone to narcotics addiction, and they told me, yeah,
That is
that is weed, cigarettes, cocaine, uh, amphetamines, all.
you're doing cocaine.
You know,
Wow.
it gets mixed up in weed, and you know, there dealers who will just mix it up for you and you won't know. For me, it was mixed up and I didn't know. It's one of my dealers who was mixing it up, and I didn't know. So it kept me like it like worsens everything. And because I have substance use disorder and bipolar mood disorder, when those two things come together, mixed with substances, it blows your mind off. And for me, the journey to be clean, 6 months clean, it's the best moment of my life.
Is that the longest you've ever been?
Yes, this is the longest streak of sobriety that I've ever had.
Okay.
And I have you, Mike Sonko, my dad, and everybody who you literally came here and did a fundraising for me without even me asking. And everybody who has been supporting me, Kenyans who have been supporting me, I have you guys to thank for that. Because when I was in there, I was thinking, I cannot come out of this place. And I told God, please do not let me come out of this place without a proper solution. Usually, in the last 15 relapses that I've had, on the very first day that I get home, I usually go and do drugs.
Oh, wow.
But when I got home today, I had no desire because God helped me deal with the insecurities that I had. I had, deep insecurities. I had deep psychological issues that I was dealing with. I was abused when I was a child. This is something that most people, even in my family, don't know. When I was around 9, 10, I was brutalized by one of my relatives, and it left deep, deep, deep scars in me. Because I felt there were adults around me, and none of them said anything. None of them helped me. So I've always had this resentment towards my family, and I didn't know where it was coming from. But when I deeply examined it, I realized this is where all that pain was coming from, because I felt the inner child in me did not feel protected by the adults. And so this led to me having a lot of resentment to the adults that are around me. I felt like they failed to protect me from weird people. And now, having examined myself that deeply, I remember it was about 3 months ago, somewhere in September. And I was journaling, and I was journaling, and I watched a video by Dr. Peterson, who he articulated very well how to beat addiction. And he said that the only way you can beat addiction is to find a replacement for whatever you're using. For if you're using narcotics, you have to find a replacement for them. And I sat down with God, and I was like, what would I replace narcotics with? Because I felt powerless. In front of a blunt of weed, I felt powerless. In front of a cigarette, I felt powerless. In front of a just a line of cocaine, I felt powerless. Like I cannot resist it. But with God's help, I felt, okay, so slowly, in that inside voice inside of you that is on your side, he directed me towards the side of, take a few days, relax, think about what you really love, think about this. It's a breakup. It's like you're trying to break up with someone who you've been in a toxic relationship with. I know everybody can relate to being in a toxic relationship where both of you are feeding off each other's negative energy. There's that unholy bond. So it's like trying to get out of that toxic relationship. That's what I had with narcotics. And for me, I sat down and I wondered, okay, so what do I replace these things with? What do I do? If I feel like sitting down and rolling a joint or smoking a cigarette or doing whatever it is, what do? I felt powerless. But it was a point where I got on a laptop that had been provided for me, and I listened to a song that has been playing in my mind for the longest time. It was my Spotify best number one song. It's called "Beautiful Things" by Benson Boone. That song played in my head so many times, and I played it so many times, and I realized God gives you beautiful things, but if you take them for granted, He can take them away. And I realized that God gave me a beautiful talent, but I took it for granted. I took it for granted.
Amen. So, what I like a lot about this conversation, you finally found God.
I did.
So, welcome to the good side of life. Yeah. I like the way you were an atheist, bro.
I was a naturalist. I got to a point where I look at life from a very philosophical point of view.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't joke around with things of with worldviews, because I'm like, your worldview is the most important thing. So how do you believe in God? If you believe in God, then who is He? What is He? How does He speak to you? How does He do all of those things? And over the last 6 months, looking back, I can see in a very personal way that, He is with me. And I found my higher power, and I was like, okay, so I replaced my love for narcotics with love for God and love for music.
Wapi makofi bwana tafadhali. Kori.
And
This is how you clap, man.
Thank you. It's 6 months.
Babango ya applause.
6 months clean.
Yeah.
6 months clean. And now I'm counting not 6 months clean, but day one. Today is day one of freedom. Because when you're in an institution, you can count it as you don't have your freedom.
Okay.
But now it's day one of freedom and sobriety. And I can tell you there's nothing that feels so great like sobriety. Like it's realizing it's dancing. There's an essay I wrote, and I wrote this in it, that I remember this line from it, that to live life well is to dance with death, or to be alive is to dance with death. You have to first of all understand what death is.
For you to
can be. There are things that are far much worse than death.
True.
You can be dead while alive.
True.
When you're an addict, all that matters is that hit, that kick. That's all you want. That's all that matters to you. The addicts would sell a kidney just to get that kick, and that was me. And now I'm realizing this is a journey, and the best part about it, the best part and the worst part about it, is that for me it happens in front of everybody. Everybody's watching, and so when I'm walking on the streets, and I'm like, I'm very careful. I'm like, now I have a responsibility, not just to myself, but to other people and to other addicts in this country. And I'm like, any addict in Kenya, if you're feeling like you cannot move past your narcotics, especially let's just talk about narcotics for a while.
So
because narcotics are not like alcohol.
Before we go to addiction and talking to the other addicts, let's conclude with God first before Twende.
Okay.
Do you have your phone here?
No. My sister has it.
Your sister has the phone?
Yes.
Okay. Let me show you what God can do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have about 4,500 people watching this live.
Mm-hmm.
How about we welcome back Kimani Mbugua in style? Yeah, he's back, man. He has nothing at the moment. He needs to build from the ground up. So I'm thinking we send something to your sister's number.
Okay.
So you trust your sister?
Yes.
She's here?
Yeah, she's
Please
here.
come.
In fact, I told her, she was like, "Can I be your PA?" And I was like, "Yes."
Please do.
She'll be going everywhere
Yes.
with me. She'll
Please
be going
sit over
everywhere
here.
with me.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking we just show you how God works.
So this is my sister Felista.
Yeah.
I love her to bits.
Yes. Mambo, Kofiti. So I want us to show you what God can do. So we just want to welcome you with a little token from Team Obinna family.
Oh, please.
And Team God.
I really need it.
Yes.
I really need it. I didn't squander the money that was there last year. I formed a company. I invested that money somewhere.
We'll get to that, Kimani. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Pole too.
Okay.
Back slowly. Ease into it. For now, wacha kwanza tumalize na mambo ya Mungu.
Okay.
Give us your number tafadhali. Yours, so that we put it on the screen, so that tumkaribishe tu kidogo alafu tuendelee na conversation.
0793
0793
706
706
764.
764.
Yeah.
Okay. 0796
93
93 0793
706
706.
Yes.
That's 706.
Yes, 706
Uh-huh.
764.
764. Haya, inapiniwa tu hapo saizi. Ndio simu uko nayo? Leta nikushow. Fungua SMS, fungua message.
Light. See, ni display. Screen time, 30 minutes.
0793 706 764. Najua Kimani hajakuwa na technology for 6 months. Sasa anatafuta messages kwa tools. Yeah. Tuma chochote chenye uko nayo. Usiko na pressure tio.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, Esther Ndongo has already... Look.
That's God.
That's God,
God is
man.
working. God is working.
Thank
That
you.
is God.
Thank you.
Zinaingia tu.
Thank you.
The 100s, the 50 bobs, the whatever, they are all welcome. Desta Ndungu ametuma 1,000. This is James Kuri ametuma 500.
Thank you.
We have Franklin Kipchumba ametuma 20 bob. It's okay. Send whatever it is that is there. Mark Mary ametuma, and it's still coming in. Macrine ametuma 200. Caroline Kiptanui 50 bob. Macrine Umaya, that one I've said. Zinaingia mbio. Dracula Onyanja. Tafadhali shikilia simu yako hivi na useme I receive. You know, if you read this name very fast unasoma Dracula Onyanja. Alafu mnajua ile mambo ile ya nini. It's coming in, guys. Right now we are at 9,000. Ulikuwa na pesa ngapi kwa simu?
We had you know what happened?
Let me
When-
just say what happened.
What, you don't
Yeah.
have a microphone,
You
so
don't have
what's
a-
up patok patia microphone?
Okay, so let me just
Pato,
say
just
before,
mic, simama hapa hivi pato ako mic time anasema version yake. Just
Yeah.
stand next to Patrick there ako mic.
so my sister comes on Friday.
Yes.
Was it on she traveled Friday overnight,
Yes.
reached to Mombasa Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, Amina Abdallah calls her, tells her to go to her place. So she stays there for the whole day, comes to the institution in the evening because we were waiting for Mike Sonko to complete a few things, and then he said he would come on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we would wait for him until Sunday. And then I asked her, she came and told me, literally when I left home, Mom alinipatia fuliza yake yote. Alifuliza ndo apate fare ya kwenda kufika hadi Mombasa.
Oh, wow.
She reached Mombasa with I think 300 shillings.
Haya, wacha tupatie version yake. Have a seat.
Now, what happened? On Friday, now when my mom called Amina, akamwambia, Kimani, yuko tayari kutoka. Akaniambia, now you have to take a walk of faith. And we didn't have, mom alikuwa tu na 2K, and I had 900. So akaniambia aje, just take a walk of faith. Wejua unaenda kukuja na Kimani. Whatever will happen, you just take a walk of faith. And we prayed. Na akaniambia, najua Kimani amerudi mara mingi, lakini this time, take a walk of faith. It was my first time to go to Mombasa.
Again, Mombasa?
Sijai?
Kwani, who's your boyfriend? Just check it, guys.
She's...
Wewe Kimani.
So, nikafika huko Mombasa. Kufika, Mama Amina akanikaribisha na kwambia nilikaa like a 5-star hotel. Lani alinitreat vizuri. Everything was catered for. Sikuwa nitarajia hivyo. Nilikuwa nifike, nichukue Kimani, turudi, like we board the basi ya kurudi. Let me tell you, we saw God.
Yeah.
Like Sonko said, lazima aje, ndio Kimani atoke.
Imagine that we waited for him. He had so many things to do. You know, he's very busy.
Yeah.
And he came, I think he came at around 7:30 last night.
Yeah.
He came at around 7:30. We had a conversation. We you know, because he had to see me off, and he was like, he sent us a fare to come back home.
Yeah.
And imagine she didn't have hakuwa na fare ya kurudi.
So
If it weren't for Mike Sonko, tungekuwa stuck Mombasa.
Mimi nilisema it was a walk of faith. Unaona tu ile tu unaachia God kila kitu, because I knew my brother was okay and I had that conviction in me because I had prayed. Jamani, tumeenda kwa mlima kuombea.
Yeah, I feel the prayers. You know, I realized that there's a lady at the facility in Mombasa Women. Her name is Winnie Wangeshi.
Yes.
So there's this particular day, Winnie Wangeshi comes to me. I'm in my philosophical theorizing and writing this. I'm in the middle of a philosophical essay that I'm writing, and I'm like, I'm crushing it. I was about, I was writing. There's this guy called Cosmic Skeptic on YouTube. Okay. I was a big fan of him, and I was like, I need to present an argument for atheism that feels like the way Cosmic Skeptic does it.
Yeah.
And I did. Okay, this is sounding nice. So, just one afternoon, as we're having tea, Winnie Wangeshi comes to me. She tells me, Kimani, I want to pray for you. She sits down and she's like, yeah, I want to pray for you. It's important. So she holds my hand and she's like, let's pray. She says this prayer. She says, repeat after me. She says, Jesus, I want you to reveal yourself to Kimani the way, she does this short prayer. In my heart, I was like, I scoffed at it in my heart. I kind of had a very weird chuckle that I don't know where it came from, where I was like, immediately after that chuckle in my heart, I felt the inside voice of God tell me, young man, this woman has just prayed for you and she has offered you a lifeline. And you are taking it for granted again. And the voice was very authoritative, and it was like, you'd better get your act together or this is not going to end well. Do you know, immediately after that, I went, I drew, because I didn't have a rosary, I went and drew a rosary in my book and I started saying the rosary. And I was like, I will say the only prayer that I knew how. It's the prayer that I've memorized. For me, it's that's what I've memorized, because I'm a Catholic and I love the Hail Mary. It's one of the prayers that I feel works.
Okay.
And I went back to it. And from that day, that's when God started revealing himself to me. It was never the same after that.
You got there met him, you are treated in 5-star, nini, haujui mutarudi aje.
Nilikuwa tu nangoja Mungu. So, but I was like, mama akimaliza kazi najua atanitumia. So it was all a walk of faith. Juu nilikuwa najua aje tumeombea Kimani for the longest time. And you declaring about God, Aki, that's an answered prayer.
It's an answered prayer, and God is working. Right now we are at 35,000. Wase wanatuma tu ni maso mbili maso moja. You know, times have been very tough.
Yeah.
The economy is not very nice, and people are really trying. So even for someone just send you 50 bob.
Yeah,
Aki amejituma akasema yenyewe nimekuwekea hii. Shukuru.
Thank you.
Right now we are at 36,000. Na inaendelea tu. They just sending 20 bob. Salome ndio Njeri ametuma 20, Evelyn Utisa ametuma 20, kuna mtu ametuma 20 from Equity bulk account, 30 bob from Masiga Takwa. Nini kuna jamaa anatuma so from Equity 100 bob, Daisy Wanga ametuma 20 bob. So they're there now. We are progressing well, and this is God, man.
That is
God. Tumefuliza.
Tulikuwa tumefuliza. I felt the love.
Yeah.
I was sitting with her there and I was like, wait, what was your plan?
Wewe umekuja wewe brother
Actually, he was mad at me like unakuja aje bila fare. Like,
I was like, what if my Sonko says he's not available? And
he was very mad. Naambia aje acha nikuambie nitakwambia venye mama aliniambia it's a walk of faith. I don't know where the money is coming from.
It is a walk of faith, and I can tell you for free, I have seen miracles.
Yeah.
I have seen miracle after miracle after miracle.
That's the way it happens. God works through people nowadays.
Yeah, sure.
Nowadays, God doesn't like physically reveal himself to people. And that time you are saying, when you used to be an atheist, you used to ask a lot of people in this space where they're always saying, for you to know that God is there, I need to understand him. Who is he? Bro, if you are human, you can't understand God.
True.
That's why you are human.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Ati unataka kumwelewa, bro, we don't even have, if our brains, we are not even using 50% of our brains. If we are using 50%, we'll be like geniuses on another level. But there's a few people who manage to use a little bit more than the average human being uses. Now you want to know God in a certain way. That is why it's called a belief.
Yeah.
You believe in what you don't know.
Exactly.
What you know, you don't believe in.
Yeah.
So you believe in God, and then you get to know God. Then now when you know God, you're like, mimi nimejua Mungu atanipanga. Unaona venye alienda hivyo Mombasa. Me, there's a lot of things in my life I always do. Mimi natoka, sometimes my mom gets shocked. Aje tena. God will provide. And somehow it just happens.
I know, right?
Happens.
I know, it's a beautiful thing.
Happens.
It's a beautiful thing because, I said, the last time what happened is I got an opportunity with someone who really just came to me and told me, do you have this amount of money? I have a small investment I can do for you, and it will pay off in a few years or in a few months, starting from around a year. And I was like, I had only around 150,000 left, so I was like 100,000 invested in that. I was like, this 50,000 is just going to be sustaining me and my sisters for the time that was remaining. And I was like, I don't know where any other money is gonna come from. And unfortunately, I happened to relapse after that. But
it's still invested, right?
I did. I did.
At least
I'm happy
names
I did that.
For the guys who are abroad, so that waeke jina full hapo. Your full name of M-Pesa is?
Felista Wanjiko Mbugua.
Felista Wanjiko Mbugua. So hapo, ongeza hapo wa Kimani Mbugua M-Pesa, weka number, then andika hapo mwisho Felista Wambogo. Wanjiko Mbugua.
Wanjiko Mbugua,
Yeah, Felista Wanjiko Mbugua. Mbugua is a family name. So wale wenye wako abroad watatumia kitu. So right now we are at 42,000.
Thank you guys.
And they are still sending, man. This is God just doing his thing. And also there's another thing you had said earlier on that I also wanted to take you back on. You said you have relapsed about 15 times.
Yes.
You know what you're not looking at? How many times did you get back up?
15 times.
16.
Oh, the 16th time. It reminds me of that guy. What was his name? It's a story in the Bible where, was he a king who was told to go and deep himself in the Jordan
yeah.
Naman.
Now, was it?
Was it Naman? There was a king who I think he had leprosy or something.
Yeah, he had leprosy.
Then he got in, he came back. He's
Got
not
in,
out yet.
get up.
Get in, get out. It's not in.
So yeah, so for me,
7 times.
and you know, I have a friend.
Yeah.
I have a friend who we've been sharing this journey with. He's a good friend of mine. We're in the same institution,
Okay.
and we kept. Oh, he was in another institution, and I was corresponding with him via email, and he was like, you know, I shared with him my experience with God, and he was like, you know, I found that in our earlier in the year I had been to rehab, and I had learned the power of submitting to a higher power, you know, and being a naturalist and an atheist, you know, I was like, that's not gonna happen. So I don't believe in God. So what's gonna save me? And I was like, I was just left there out there in the cold, and we were sharing this, and I told him, you know, this whole atheist thing that we have, you know, we're just gonna have to give it up because and I told him I submitted for him. He's still walking that journey of faith. He's still walking it, but he's still not
It
there
takes
yet.
time.
but-
You know, God
Yeah.
reveals himself to people differently.
Yeah.
The way God comes through for you is not the way God comes through for her. It's not the way God comes through for me.
Yeah.
We are very different. So don't expect your journey to be someone else's journey.
Yeah.
We've had people who really believe in God, then they turn to be atheists.
Yeah.
And we also had people who've been atheists and pagans and whatever, and then they believed in God.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes different experiences.
Mm.
And then sometimes when we make mistakes, that becomes our best teachers.
Yeah.
Mistakes. Personally, I've made
Mistakes.
a gazillion,
Yeah.
and I'm still making new mistakes because
Yeah.
failure to make new mistakes is failure to grow.
Yeah.
You make a mistake, you learn, you improve, you see. So now you're in a good place. I would recommend you keep staying there.
Yeah.
Prayer, Bible work, nini. Your sister will also help guide you, your mom, your dad. Then you see how it goes. Okay? And keep speaking about the goodness of God. Let the stones start talking and praising. Yeah, because now he's done that in your life. So Davido and Katrina, hiyo nini tumeandika, Davido, tuisongeze hivi because sasa umefunika logo ya Obinna TV Studios. Low, songeza huku kando,
Obinna
then uweke
TV Network.
Obinna TV Studios ikuwe place na hao watu sasa chuani. Sasa ona Katrina, god damn. Yeah, anywho, sorry about that. So God is already revealing himself, and now, bro, it is very hard because you have a whole country
Yeah.
looking up to you
Yeah.
and expecting you not to disappoint them.
Exactly.
So does the pressure increase or decrease? It increases.
The pressure increases.
Yep.
But you know what I say?
Yeah.
I am up to it.
Yes.
Amen.
Yeah, because
I am
right now,
up to it. I feel, and this is something that I am convicted deeply about. Over the last 15 times, I did not have a replacement. I did not visualize vividly what life sober would look like. It is only in this admission that I sat down with myself and I literally mapped out my life from the day I get out of rehab
yeah.
to literally 10, 15, 5-year plan, 10-year plan, 15-year plan, 20-year plan, 30-year plan, 40-year plan, 50-year plan. If I get there, it's like, how am I going to live life sober? And for me, the therapy that I find I think my sister has noticed that I've been listening to music through and through so much because music is therapy for me. I realized
right now,
yeah.
The things that I want to create an English word that therapize you.
Yes, therapize.
Ndio hiyo. Shikilia hapo. Ndio hiyo. Hizo zinafanya unakuwa calm.
Yeah.
Unakuwa more focused. Do more of that.
Yeah.
An alternative thing.
Yeah.
You'll be doing God's work. Find a gym. Do music. Do your online writing. Journal the way you journal.
Yeah.
Because, bro, and I want you to listen to this part and listen to it well. Forget every other Kenyan who is looking at you and saying, oh my God, umse tumemchangia, tumemsaidia nini. Forget those ones.
Yeah.
There is that one boy, bro, who is somewhere in Kisumu, or somewhere in the mountain, or somewhere in the coast, or somewhere in Turkana, who has a substance abuse situation,
Yeah.
who is looking up to you, is like, kama Kimani amefanya hii kitu, pia mi naweza wacha.
That's,
Bro, if you go back to it, bangi, nini, unajua hiyo kijana atasema, kama Kimani ampelekwa 15 times, amesaidiwa na kina Obinna na Mike Sonko, akakuja amechangia Obinna Show, then bado ulikuwa ni mimi nani? Leta hiyo bangi hapa, leta nini. So those people, that one person, that one lady, that one boy, who is wherever in the country or worldwide, that's the person I want you to, every day when you wake up, before you think of, wacha nipige tu kapafu kamoja, wacha nifanye, just think of that one person, forget all the other Kenyans. Hao leo watakupenda, kesho wewe ni adui, wamekuchukia, wanakutukana na trend huko Twitter na TikTok. Think of that one person. Ule tu anakuangalianga anasema, mazee, me I want to be Kimani Mbugua, mazee. Me I want someone to give me that opportunity. Bro, DM yangu imejaa na watu hivi. Obinna, kijana wetu, brother wetu, babangu, nini. Tupelekee Mathari. Aki tuongeleshe Mike Sonko. Aki Obinna nini. Bro, they're like a million of them plus. Because a lot of things are happening and people are resulting into substance abuse. But now, the only hope they have is Kimani Mbugua. Bro, your name is huge.
Exactly.
And they're watching you, bro. That small boy, Akotu, man.
that's who I do.
Kimani, alafu wanaone, because your videos were online.
Yeah.
Huyu yule Kimani liona. Huyu aki mimi ninawacha. Then you relapse. Bro, umepoteza huyu kijana. So do it for that boy.
That's who I do it for. If there's you've really struck a chord with my heart that you know, in the facility that I was in, Mombasa Women Again, we had people of all ages. And I remember there's a time, the youngest person who's ever come to the facility was, even now there's a 15-year-old. 15-year-old.
Yeah.
I remember he came just, I think last week.
Wow.
He was admitted, he admitted that he's been, he's addicted to smoking weed.
Hey.
And the thing about our culture is we glorify these things. We glorify drugs. We glorify toxic things. But what I've realized is you can curate your world where if certain type of music makes you want to use drugs, then stop listening to that type of music. There's an alternative,
Preach, bro.
Find an
Preach.
alternative for it.
Yep.
Because if you watch a certain type of movie, I've actually realized that there's so many. It's only drugs are the most pronounced because they have devastating effects. Because once something goes wrong with your psyche and the drugs, it's noticeable by a lot of people. But there are other deeper addictions, like say sex addiction to pornography, addiction to masturbation,
Yeah.
addiction to other, vice is very prevalent in our age. And you know what drives it? It's because we don't build discipline.
Yeah.
And you know what I've found? That discipline for me is the most important thing. And I'm like, and I say this, if I say to someone, if I say that I will do something, I do it.
Yeah.
Even if it's the smallest promise. To a little kid, I say, even to my child, I say, I will bring you a biscuit in the evening. Make sure you bring that
Honor it.
biscuit. Honor that word.
Keep your word.
That is discipline. Discipline starts with honoring your word.
That's what's
And
up.
and this is the fight that a lot of people have in broken families. People are hurting. People are hurting. If you see the way people drink themselves silly, you see people destroy themselves with drugs. You can see me. I've just told you about things about my childhood. That just devastated me. These are deep psychological scars that I have. But then there's healing in what? In therapy. We've just come from talking to my therapist, and she was one of the people who was rooting for me when I was in that state of mind. And I realized that therapy is something that everybody needs. You know, hii story ya kusema ati mtu alichizi ama hautaki kuonekana kama wewe ni cheesy. You know, people, you hide it a lot. But when you go to the comment sections of people, of various mental health posts, you'll find people expressing themselves. I saw one in one of my videos, one comment that really stuck with me. I don't remember who it was. Somebody said, mi nisha kreki ni kungoja tu na ngoja ile siku itajulikana. You know, like a lot of people are hurting in silence. And that's the thing about mental illness. You know, 10th of October was World Mental Health Day. And the stats are showing that 1 in 4 people, 1 in 4, the 4 of us here. Of course, if you count the 4 of us here, I am the one who has...
We know who.
We all, of course we know
1, 2, 3, 4, we know who.
Of course we know who. But that number could be more.
Yeah,
but that number could
because
be
I've been looking at Korea.
Yeah,
that number could be more.
It could be more. Yeah. Did you see the story of Liam Payne?
No,
the guy from One Direction?
No.
He died in, was it in October or November, in Argentina. He's a big star. Do you know One Direction?
Yeah, I know.
You know One Direction. You don't know One Direction?
I know One Direction.
You know One Direction.
Yeah.
One
See,
of the...
not just that direction.
Obinna, you know One Direction.
No, One Direction. Yeah.
Yeah, but I realized, you know, I asked somebody the other day about when I saw the story of Liam Payne. I was like, do you know One Direction? I was like, mini Gen Z, mini millennial. I'm born 96. So born 96, you're between you're Gen Z in some ways and millennials in others.
Toka 2000. Toka huko, wewe ni mzee.
But mini mzee. But you know, Liam had I think he had chronic depression. He wasted away his life with alcohol and drugs, and he ended up in a tragic incident in Argentina that just took away his life. And now that talent, it was so
and we've lost so many in the same way.
And we've lost so many other celebrities in the same way. You see your celebrities, these people you're seeing in the media. Obinna, you know these stories. Yeah? You know, unajua zile vitu watu wamekanyangia huko chini zenye watu
there's so much pressure. Even
you know?
personal, even me in my life.
Yeah, right?
Like I know I've got into moments where I'm like, yo, bro, pressure is necessary.
Pressure is, but
it is there.
But when you're on this side of the camera,
it's
let's just say it's unfair.
We have
unfair.
Right now 5,100 people watching it. About 2,000. Hawako sawa. Mental health.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
So, saizi tuko 65,452.
Thank you.
See
Thank you,
God,
guys.
man.
Thank you.
I told you.
Love.
We came here.
That's God.
We came here and we called someone to send us money, and he was like, you know, I don't have money. Just you guys just pick a matatu.
Kufika hapa ilikuwa walk of faith, Obinna.
Kufika hapa ilikuwa walk of faith. Hata tuko na fare ya kurudi.
Basi ulikuwa umeniona.
Kurudi Nairobi.
Ungepata fare kurudi.
That's why I started by telling you. Unakumbuka vile nilikwambia?
Sikuwa nataka kuisema but
unajua ndio maana nilikwambia hivyo kwa sababu unajua mimi am one of those people who I know how to speak myself. Me, I can't suffer in silence. You know? I speak myself.
For the ones who are wondering, listen.
Sema.
Yeah, so when I got here, I got Kimani, then I'm like, okay. So before we start live, Kimani akaanza whisper. So I pull my name, I'm like, see, we're just here. After the show, see, you can please help me with 10 G's. Aki niko chini, I don't have anything with me. Do you remember what I told you?
Yeah.
Don't
worry about that. Say, don't worry about that. And we
na tukaenda tu live. I
tukaenda live
vibing, but me I knew one way or another, bro. Really?
This is
you're my
God,
brother,
right?
man. Like how will you come and then ati chukua nini? Ndio mwende mtafute Mosiria muni post. Saa 4 usiku. And look at Kimani came from Obinna Show live hapo upatiwa fare. Alafu upatiwe kazi hiyo bouncer. Mimi. Ushonewe suti ya Goliath tunajua tunashona for 1 month. Juliletu. Unapima hizi. Sitaki hiyo maneno yenu. So now we are kwani mumeta kutuma bado tuko 65,792. Oh, wanatuma 942 right now. 65,942. Guys, thank you very much. The number is on the screen. It's gonna be there the whole time. I'm still waiting for my Obinna TV Studios logo to come back. So there's someone who's about to lose their job. Why can't it? Si wake up with you. So hii kitu hizi songa kando. Kwani technology imefika wapi? Na mbona jana kwa Photoshop realign? Aki Davido. Mimi naona mtu hapa.
Sikiza watu wako technical Obinna.
Mtu anaenda nyumbani. Wewe niambie.
Sikiza watu wako.
Angalia hapa.
Yes.
So si Obinna TV studio logo inakuanga hapa. So hii haiwezi songa hapo Obinna TV nini kwa hapa? Basi anasema
nataka hii songe hivi.
Si songa alafu si ulikuwa unafanya Citizen.
Yes.
Si logo Citizen inakuanga tu hapo. Ama NTV. Inafunikangwa.
Lakini unajua hii ni digital. Sasa hii ni digital.
Guys,
stop
sending the money. Take it back. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So, uko na ile nini ya Gold Child Media?
Be easy on them. Actually, streaming or digital is one of the hardest things that you can ever do.
If you are easy on your employees, that is how you fail.
Okay.
Being a boss and being a colleague and being a brother, there is a thin line. There's sometimes where I'm a friend, there's sometimes when I'm a boss.
Wakati wakazi ni wakazi.
Wakazi ni wakazi. That is why they're there. So ukieka tu zote tu, it's fine. No.
Yeah,
sometimes you're like, hey.
That's what I like about you.
Yeah, even my nannies.
Wewe na Larry, same what's up.
We are good, but ikifika time, hey, kila mtu afanye. Unaona kuna mtu amepasua fridge.
Ala.
Ndio
niliona hapa nikashinda mtu.
Hiyo si design. Sibaba county.
Mimi nilikuwa nadhani ni
ili kapau. Mtu amekanyaga fridge. Tumepatiwa fridge hata hajamaliza hata 1 month. Sasa hivi
ni a client.
So right now I have to go and tell the client, hey, listen, kuna msee mwenye amepaswa fridge na because kila mtu ameruka ngori, now I have to pay for it to be fixed. No, bro, it's not about the company. It's not about the company. That's what people don't understand.
Yes.
It is about the responsibility that I was given.
Yeah.
We've given you this fridge for you to do ABCD.
Yeah.
So now, I'd rather fix it instead of going back to the company. Because you go back and like, okay, but now
have to call someone to fix it.
And who's going to pay?
That's mshahara.
But hujui ni nani?
Simesema ni...
That's what I'm telling you. When you put too much games on work...
Yeah, I understand.
You get. So sometimes even I always see sometimes when people tell me, Obinna, you're being too hard on me. I'm like, yeah, it's business.
Yeah, it's business.
I have 34 employees at the end of the month. Unafikiri wananingojanga ati salary imechelewa? Exactly. Mazeni kwanza Onesmus. Mimi sijaona yangu. I'm like, yo, so mimi niko na text HR, fresh aniaje? Na Leslie. Ones anasema hajalipwa. Ones hajalipwa kwani amependa ndugu na barong. Hey, so if you can pay, they want their money. And the money comes, something has to give. That's the line you used.
True, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, something.
So biashara ni biashara, na tena time ya kucheza time ya kucheza. You have to be responsible.
True.
And wanasemanga aliye mwaminifu kwa yaliyo madogo atakuwa mwaminifu kwa yaliyo makubwa pia.
That is atomic habits.
You get it? Sasa tuwezi ngoja fridge. Sasa what na happen? Sasa kama kuna kampuni ile ile watu sio kuna fridge mbili. So nafungua hivi nasema, hey. Sasa wanasema wale watu see man,
it's a little thing.
The little things to kama sasa inasema hii kitu lazima logo iko hapo. So but you know now it's something like I said, we learn from mistakes.
Yes.
So next time you'll make it in such a way that he knows when you are putting someone's number or name, the logo will still be there because now that's the brand that is feeding all of us.
Yeah.
So it gets over there pole.
They learn.
Yesterday was a very, very big day for Gold Child Media Institute. Wali graduate, their first ever graduate. No, actually ilikuwa zoezi. Kwa sababu Umosha ilikuwa wow. Yeah. Zoezi Institute walifanya graduation yesterday. It was a very, very big day. And now you who's there January is coming in, and I want you to now do something similar to that one. I want you to join Gold Child Media Institute. Unaona hizi video nafanya hapa hizi. Angeenda tu Gold Child Media Institute. Angekuwa video kuzifanya vizuri. Check out this video. Umepata video? Welcome to Gold Child Media Institute, where talent meets opportunity. This is the place where your media dreams come alive. And guess what? We've got something for everyone. Do you love the camera? We offer videography and photography classes. Action! Shoot! Take. Jesus. Nimepiga nani picha. And for those who love music production, yes, we have the course. Mpaka wale wama chiki 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 anguka sound and graphic design. And trust me, this is just the start. We offer so much more. Over here at Gold Child, it's all practical learning, no boring theory. Basically, here at Gold Child Media Institute, we prepare you with the real skills for you to thrive in the real world.
At Gold Child, I feel like a pro already.
Enroll today by dialing the number on the screen and find us in Nairobi Development House, 11th floor. Alrighty, so that's what's happening over there at Gold Child Media Institute. I want you to get in the program. So for this particular episode, I am hosting a brother of mine. You know him, you love him, Kimani Mbugua is in the building. Yeah, he's back from rehab, looking better, feeling better, and he's hoping for better. Guys, I've been sending him salamu tu ya kumkaribisha. We're just trying to show him how God works. We are right now 70,000, actually 71. Sasa imeingia 113. Negotiate Africa. Let's make it around figure. Tufikishe kitu kama 100,000 hivi. Yeah, tumkaribishe in style.
Thank you.
But while that is happening, as we are winding up, now I want you to talk to that guy who's going through substance abuse, that guy who has a situation in the feeling it's going to be impossible. Talk to them. They're over here. Do whatever you feel like doing.
Okay, so this is for you who is struggling with substance use disorder or any other mental illness. There's schizophrenia, there's bipolar mood disorder, there's drug-induced psychosis, and many others in the spectrum of mental health disorders. I would like to say you're not alone. Look at me. A perfect example of somebody who has managed to live with probably the most disastrous and monstrous illness, bipolar mood disorder, and substance use disorder. But still, I managed to every day wake up. You know, sometimes I fail, sometimes I succeed. You know? And this time I have decided that there is no going back. You know why? Because I found out that the easiest way, there is no easy way. Let me not lie to you. There is no easy way of quitting drugs. There is no easy way of quitting any drug of abuse like cocaine, heroin, any narcotic, or even alcohol. There is no easy way, or even smoking cigarettes. There is no easy way of quitting that. But I will tell you something. If you find the reason why you're using that, and one of the major reasons why people get into drugs is because of deep-rooted psychological issues. If you deal with those deep-rooted psychological issues, then you will at least have halfway gotten through that. Ask yourself, because using drugs is self-torture. Nobody likes the feeling of being super high for 9 hours or being super drunk for 9 hours. You know? Nobody likes puking on the floor. Nobody likes waking up. I remember one day I woke up and I looked at my ex-wife and I realized she gave me a look after I had come with my stash of weed in the house and I had been smoking it for a while. And she looked at me and she asked me, "Is this how you want to live your life?" And that's the moment I realized that something was going to go wrong in that marriage. So nobody really enjoys that. Nobody enjoys losing so much. Nobody enjoys losing friends. Nobody enjoys losing family because nobody can trust you anymore. Nobody enjoys that. It is self-torture. It is a place of darkness, deep, deep darkness. So I encourage you, try and find out what are some of these issues that you're dealing with. Were you abused as a child? If you were abused as a child by someone who was older than you, you're very likely to end up in substance abuse because these wounds that have festered over a long period of time keep coming back to haunt you. You're haunted by these demons of self-torture that come to you in the night and tell you, "No, I need another cigarette." How many cigarettes are you going to smoke until you get to the point of healing these demons? They will be there for as long as you allow them to be there. So go deep and to the deepest, darkest parts of your soul. Go down to hell. You know, it is it is Dante who says that the only way out of hell is deeper into it. Go to the very throne of Satan and confront him and ask him, "What can I do to get out of hell?" It is making a deal with the devil, the demons in your head, that you're going to be able to get out. You have to make a deal with the devil. And you know what that involves? That involves long periods of time where you have to be secluded. I did 6 months of seclusion, just myself and my brain trying to figure out how do I get out of this place of self-torture. And I have come out of it stronger than ever. And these are the lessons that I have learned. Deal with those things. And then number 2 is to find a replacement for them. I know some of you don't believe in a higher power, but for me, it has been a miracle. I have seen miracles happen in my life, like this one that is happening right now. In the morning when I arrived in Nairobi, I didn't know what the next move would be. I called Obinna in faith that maybe he would allow me on his show. I didn't know if he had many guests. I didn't know if he had booked some guests. I didn't know if I was going to have any money. I didn't even know what money I was going to use to buy my drugs, which I need. But just make that leap of faith, move of faith.
Buy medicine.
Yes.
Buy medicine.
Buy
my medicine that I need.
Oh.
Usiseme drugs.
Oh. So I said drugs.
Yeah.
I said my medicine. Oh, so
I said to buy my drugs that I need. I'm like, yo.
I meant medicine. I meant medicine.
Medicine.
I meant. Oh, hey. Sorry about that. So don't get me wrong. Not my drugs that I need. I don't need cigarettes anymore. I don't need weed anymore. I don't need cocaine. I don't need any of those drugs. All I need is to have faith that God is with me in my struggle. You know? God is with you. You know? God is not in those grand things out there. In those deep, dark moments when you're high out of your face, you can't even tell who you are, where you are, or what is happening around you. God is still there with you because life is suffering. The suffering will not stop, even in your sobriety journey, but it will have meaning. So do those 2 things. Go and search your soul. Do a deep soul searching. How do you do that? Journal. I would add that as a third aspect. Go and journal. Take a pen and paper. Sit down with yourself. Ask yourself, why am I in this place? Why do I feel so depressed? What are some of the things that are making me feel so depressed and resentful and unhappy and unable to do anything? Go and journal out. Go and journal your way to freedom. Those 3 things, That is a deal that you make with the devil, that he's torturing you. And you know what? When you commit yourself to it and you become disciplined, you will get out.
That's what's up. From Kimani Mbugua himself, he's back. And you can see clearly. So let's pray for him. Keep him in your prayers. Show him support. We have the sister's number on the screen. If you need any support, you need him to come through for some focus groups, call that number. Hey, Kimani anaweza pitia hapa kuja ongea na kijana wangu kuna hii shida. You know, when they talk to someone who's been down that road and is their age mate, inaweza wasaidia. Msichana wako ni nini? Ita Kimani akuja ongea na mwambie, mimi nilikuwa hapa and I chose differently. Alrighty? So while guys are sending you this one, so me, I want to congratulate you.
Thank you.
And also thank you for coming through today. Today you are not planned. Today we had we are having them Zizas. Some couple from the Ghetto, man, they love each other. It's called Ghetto Loving.
Yeah.
Then we have Victoria Wendo. We have Mamito.
Oh, Mamito.
Yeah, we
I
have
have missed
Mamito.
Mamito. We used to perform.
Mamito.
We used to perform together at a comedy club.
Yes.
You know that comedy club?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you do that? Do you do that?
No,
do you do stand up?
Peter. Yes, I do stand up. I do stand up. Yeah.
With King Ori and the rest of the guys.
See, that was.
No. I mean, there's a regular one.
No. That one I don't do that one. That one has its people.
You don't do the regular one?
No.
With Amandeep.
No, a man is doing it.
Uh-huh.
And now we have a guy called Handsome. Go Handsome. You don't know him?
No,
It's called the Kenyan Kevin Hart. It's called Arnold Savior.
Oh, really?
Talent from here till Timbuktu.
I have been
We
off
have
social media.
Doug Mutai.
Yeah, Dog Mutai.
Yeah,
Dog
we have
Mutai is my mentor.
Mamito.
Yeah.
We have a couple of people who are still doing it, like actively. Myself, I do it occasionally.
Yeah.
Mr. Anissa Figueroa.
Yeah.
I think happy. But it's nice.
Yeah.
So we have
good.
Mamito, we have Alma Mudeu. Also, we're gonna be having Savara. So today that was the lineup.
Savara.
Yeah, Soulfest is coming back. So we have Savara, we have Alma Mudeu and Gift, the husband or boyfriend. We have Mamito.
Yeah.
Mamito akona boli ya maandamano. Kuna mtu alifanya ile mambo na Sibu Tita. We are just about to find out who.
I know,
I'm pressing on next.
You just had to.
I know, I
You
had
just
to, man. I had to. Hata kikapa namuuliza.
Unajua Mamito na Butita.
Don't go there. It's fine. Yeah. So that was the show today. Yeah. And also the reason why today we started a bit late, I was sitting for a paper. So I've started, tumefika katikati bana hivi, system ika crash. So tumengoja 1 hour. Hiyo refreshing inakwambia 4 page not available. Nini. So sijafanya hiyo paper sasa sijui kama imeenda nusu ama ijaenda.
What are you studying for?
Sinisema ni kitu nafanya.
No, you didn't say.
Mascom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but now I'm majoring on PR.
Oh.
Yeah. Is this what I'm doing here? Hata mimi unajua next year inafaa niende attachment. Unajua
really?
Naenda attachment
Wapi? Yes, ndio. Sivyo uko na
nitajandikia commendation wewe. Very good. Alafu naita Baba County sign hapa. Sign. Andika sign by CEO Baba County.
Yeah.
Nitakuwa intern hapa Obinna TV.
Bas.
Makamera nini korir na kama monitor vizuri Yeah. However,
I'm happy for you.
Good news for you.
Yes.
One, right now we are 74,228.
Thank you.
So this
guys.
one is God. Okay, and they're still gonna be
you.
sending because people will be watching this interview. And anytime you watch this interview, if you watch it, send something his way.
Okay.
All right? Weka
thank
simu
you.
hapa. Weka
Thank
simu
you
hapa
so much.
kwanza. Just jamaliza.
Yes.
Second thing, I have 100,000 for you that tulichanga.
Yes.
So it's still in the bank. Ilikuwa mbaki 200,000, tukatoa 100,000 the other week tukapatia Eunice Omolo. Sasa yakaanza. So pia tulisema tutawacha hiyo hapo, ukitoka tutakupea uanze nao maisha.
Okay.
So we have 100,000 in the bank account that me and your father co-sign. So we need to arrange with your father probably next week. We meet and then we go to the bank, we withdraw the money after we figured out where the money is going.
Okay.
So I would not recommend we give you the money. I would recommend we find if it's a house, tulipe kama ni rent, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, nini, whatever. So you have a place to lay your head.
Yeah.
Then this money that is here can help with mom, can help with sis, can help with you, mankuli, chakukula,
This
nini,
is
set. Okay.
This is set for
Yeah. So sis, before umpatie pesa hapa lazima mjue inaenda wapi. Usitoe tu nini.
Of course.
Okay. Then next year I have a job for you on Obinna TV Studios. There's a show that I'd like you to spearhead. There's a department that, so you have a job waiting for you next year. Wacha kwanza wamalize festivities. Next year, January, mid-January, early February, we can reconvene, we see what is happening. Then we get you back to doing what you do. Bro, this is what you do. So before we propel you to doing your own thing as Kimani Mbugua, anzia hapa, then you build momentum. Okay? You know media, this is what you do, bro. Me, I'd want to see you doing that thing that Larry does, huko watu wakienda maandamano huko tao. You see?
Yes.
That's what I see. I want you to do reports. I want you to do documentaries. I want you to sit down and tell people, hey, this is Kimani Mbugua reporting for Obinna TV. I'm coming live to you from Timbuktu. We've just come here to do that. I would want to see you do that. And once you have purpose, you will not lose focus, because you know most of the time when people lose purpose is when now they decide to look for other avenues to channel whatever. So I'm trying to give you back purpose for you to earn a living. So it's where, oh, Obinna naendanga ananipatia na Obinna naenda ananipatia. No. I don't want to go that way. I want you to come and work. Tukae chini meniaje, utafanya hivi, ndakuwa nakulipa hivi, this is your scope of work. So tukiamka unasema, mimi leo naingia job. Now una come and you do a report and you upload the video and you do whatever we'll agree and we are doing. So you do it for like 6-7 months as you build momentum. Then when you feel you can take off, by all means.
Thank you.
You take off and you start Kimani Mbugua Media Institute and whatever as it goes.
That's what I like, man. That's what I like.
We do it?
We do it.
Let's
do
Gentleman's
this.
agreement?
That's a gentleman's agreement.
That's what's up.
I'm coming to Obinna TV. I'm a man of my word. That's what I like hearing.
There's something I want you to do. I saw it the first time. I was like, yeah. But later when everything happens, we'll put him here. So let's organize and then let's do it.
No problem.
Alrighty?
All right.
I got you. So that was Kimani Mbugua. That was our time. So next week we'll go with the dad and give take the 100 G's. We see italipa bill gani na gani.
Yeah, I have for me the most important thing was my rent.
Okay.
There was some arrears. I called my dad this morning. He paid for some arrears.
Yeah.
As long as my rent is paid. Rent is paid, I got food in the house, everything else is going to...
We'll sort. Usituangushe, bro. Try. I know it's not easy, bro.
Yeah, I know.
I have relatives, family members who have been through substance abuse.
Yeah.
And I know the way it is tough.
It is.
It's not an easy thing. Try.
All right.
That is why me wanasema I don't want to, because nimejua the minute uingie kutoka, bro. Ni kama Mombasa.
Let me tell you.
Uingie harusi.
Please, if you have never smoked a cigarette
wachana nayo,
or drank alcohol, wachana nayo. Wachana na mambo ya mihadarati, kwa sababu mihadarati itakuharibia maisha. There are people who have struggled with it for so long.
Yes.
I had one of let me just send this message to him, because I know there's a good friend of mine. His name is Captain Ali. He's still at the facility there in Mombasa Women. He's a good friend of mine, and we've been talking until we had a disagreement about a couple of weeks ago, and he has taught me so much. If there are 3 things that I will tell you that I got from Captain Ali, a 63-year-old who became my best friend: don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. That's the system.
Hapo kwa lie kidogo we can. Sasa umepatwa. Sasa it wasn't me. I'm messing with you. Yeah.
I'm trying to be
don't
serious
steal,
here.
Don't cheat, don't lie.
Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. Those 3 things play over and over and over in my mind again and again and again, because we were sitting with Captain for many hours talking, and we're wondering. He was trying to make sense of it. So he broke his 2 legs at a Naivas in Mombasa.
Okay. He
went there to shop. He slept and he fell down. And this is just a plea I'm asking, yeah, because maybe if Naivas are hearing this, maybe go help him, because it happened within the vicinity. He didn't proceed with a case against them, but that's what happened. I'm just trying to say, like, if you can go to Mombasa Women and because he's there, you can help him out with his bills. He needs, he needs physiotherapy.
Yeah.
So he is in so much pain. I have slept next to him for 6 months, and every night he is always writhing in pain, and it really, really, really screws with my heart.
Yeah.
And we were trying to make sense of it. Like, what did, he was trying to ask me, like, all my life I have lived with those 3 principles. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. Yet life gave him so much pain. Yeah? At the age where he was supposed to retire. So sometimes tragedy can happen out of nowhere. You find yourself suffering and you don't know why you're suffering. But such is life. Such is life.
Yeah.
Such is life.
There you have it. Such is life. If you can take anything from this interview today, hope. Never lose it. If you did,
Can I
you
shout
won't
out
be
to
here.
the people
Please
who've
do.
been taking care of me?
Please do.
Mama Amina Abdallah.
Mama Amina.
Mama Amina Mbele, Amina Mbele Mbele, Mama Amina Mbele.
Baba kaunti ndio maana unanini sasa wewe. Sasa wewe umesha lose focus. Sasa tena unaenda wapi?
Mama Amina Abdallah is the incoming women rep of Mombasa County. She's the incoming women rep of Mombasa County.
Sasa.
Unajua hiyo? Mama Amina Mbele, Amina Mbele Mbele, Mama Amina Mbele, Amina Mbele Mbele.
Riswa. Wachana nayo. So Mama
Anyway,
Amina.
Mama Amina Abdallah, the proprietor of Mombasa Women Empowerment Network Mental Rescue Center, where I have been for the last 6 months.
Okay.
As you can see, all of this beauty that you can see here, the transformation that you can see here, is courtesy of that institution. Mama Amina, thank you so much. I promised you that I will come back to Mombasa, and Obinna, the first project we are doing is meant to help in Mombasa.
Bro.
Uko.
Bro,
The stories we will tell.
I got you.
The stories we will tell.
I got you, bro.
The stories we will tell
got
from
you.
Mombasa.
Yeah.
So many. And she is the one who's championing mental health in Mombasa. She is a beacon of hope. A beacon of hope in Mombasa. Mombasa people, you better do the right thing. You better do the right thing. All right. Mama Amina, thank you so much. Edu, Zadok, Kevin, Phoebe, Saidi, and who else? Freddy, Swale, Mpishi anaitwa Mariamu,
Phoebe.
Phoebe anaitwa Phoebe. Nimemshout out. Kuna Mariamu ni wawili. Kuna Mwanahamisi. All of those stuff. They were cooks who were cooking really delicious food. Every Friday we used to eat this immaculately done pilau there.
Biryani.
And sometimes biryani, sometimes pilau. They'd mix it up.
Mombasa nimeona wanakula pilau na samaki.
Pilau tumekula they've taken care of us. And also a special shout out to Captain Ali Omar. Thank you for being a true friend.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the disagreement that we had with him. I know he still has it in his heart. Bado hajanisamehe lakini nasameheana.
Kasirisha mpaka captain. Sasa ulifanya nini?
Sisi ndio namuapologizea. Ni ile tu,
misunderstand.
But he was my best friend. He was my best friend for the 6 months that I was there.
Okay.
And Captain, I wish you all the best. Please, Naivas Kenya, if you can go and help Captain Ali Omar at Mombasa Women Empowerment Network Mental Rescue Center. He's really suffering. He needs to get proper surgery or reconstructive surgery. He broke his hips, both of his hips while falling at one of your branches. So please, if you hear this, please just do something for him.
Okay.
And everybody else at Mombasa Women, asanteni sana. It's been a great journey. I want to thank my dad, Mr. Mbugua, and everybody else who's been supporting me. Prayer groups, SDA, women ministries, nimepata maombi yenu. I am so thankful. Joseph Mwangi and the whole Karura SDA team, my former high school, Njiri school, and the former old boys of Jury School, thank you so much, guys, for having my back in prayers and in everything. I'm so grateful for all of you. I am made of all of you, and I am your child, and may God continue with the work that He started in me.
Since we are there, you can as well thank wale wa nursery. It's just okay. Yo, guys, breathe. That's a joke. So thank you for watching this one. I'm coming back in the next 5 minutes with them Zizas. Yeah, I'm Zizas. I met them on TikTok and I've just loved them and I had to invite them. I'm like, yo, guys, please come. Let's share. Wamekuja mama, bwana, na mtoto. Sasa it's about to work a motto. But before that, check out these sales from Dignity Furniture. I'll see you guys in the next 5 minutes with them Zizas. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the chairman Ogadi Topogo Obinna. I'm currently at Dignity Furniture. This is our branch in Syokimau. That's Mombasa Road. I'm inspecting the sale that is ongoing. Crazy sale on a lot of items. Check this out. Come with me. Yo, you cannot be living in a mansion. You're living in a mansionette or you're living in a bungalow and you don't have this. First of all, let's start with this one. Look at the balcony seat. I'm outside in the garden somewhere. Check out these ones, the bar stools. They look like that. Amazing. Look at the prices, man. This is just 16,000 only. It's on a sale, man. Check it out. And also, you can decide and get the swings. The swings are at half price. Check it out. The swings are at half price, all this. Check it out. Woo! That's a sale right there. Woo! Half price. Woo! Think about it. Your balcony can never look any better than this. This is the way to go. Or yet, come this side. Let me show you now. You see the top grass? Now this is the setting that you can have in your area. See the setup. All of these seats, you can have them in your balcony area, you can have them in the garden, you can have them in the veranda. Even the potted plants. Check it out. See this one for only 19,000. Let me chuma baba. Check this. For only 23,000. It was 26, now it's 23,400. Woo. Yep. This one is rotating. Yeah. Kama wewe ni mso umependa life kama mimi. Unajibamba tu. Because why not? Why not? Do you know why we grow old? Because we stop our children behaviors. Ati sasa unataka kukua so uptight nini. Bruh, life is for the living. Enjoy it. I want to show you the most affordable recliner seats you can get a deal on. You see this one? 6-seater for only 130,000. Check it out. And it comes on all these colors. There's this one, and then there's this one, and it comes with this set as well, this side. Check it out. There's this one, and there's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-seater for 149. 6-seater for 130. It's a recliner. It's over here. You have a sale. It's called Toronto Recliner Set. Karibu niseme recliner. Najua tayari huku niko Ukambani bwana. Huku ni Syokimau. This is Dignity Furniture, the Syokimau branch. Pitia hapa. Come and upgrade your life, man. Check this out, man. Alafu napita na mawa kama hii. Unakapo kanena ka smart.